Hello, everybody. I'm Joseph Cazier. I am the Executive Director of the Center for Analytics, Research, and Education at Appalachian State University. And I am here with one of our prize students, Megan MacDonald. So Megan MacDonald has been spending just over the last year working on various projects in care. And let's turn to Megan. And Megan, if you would just introduce yourself and tell a little bit about your background.
Hi, everyone. I'm Megan. I'm originally from the Midwest, just outside of Illinois, and that's kind of where I found my interest in sustainable agriculture and sustainability, and that interest stayed with me. I went to college at Boston College and studied geology and environmental science, and from there I did some environmental consulting. I worked on a sustainable farm and found myself working for Outward Bound, actually, which moved me down to the Asheville area and decided to go back to school. And from there, I found Appalachian State, which had a data analytics program, which I was hoping to shift into that field a little bit more. And it also offered a sustainability concentration, which was perfect for me. So I found myself at App State working on my master's degree at that point.
That's great, Megan. I'm really glad you found the sustainable concentration. You may not know this, but when I was associate dean, I designed that concentration both in the MBA and in the master's in data science. And so
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I started the first sustainability concentration here about 12 years ago, 10, 12 years ago in MBA. And then when I designed the master's degree in that role before shifting to care, I put that there. And of course, as you know, that's all I do is work on sustainability analytics these days. And
that's definitely what drew me to App State. So that's awesome.
I'm very glad it worked. And then that's what we believe. As you know, App State is ranked in the top 10 for sustainability. It's in our history since the 70s when we had our first program in sustainability at the college. And that is something that we believe in and something I support. And that's why I'm at App State. If it was not for that, I would not be here either. And in care, as you know, we focus on the UN 17 goals as our way to operationalize sustainability, and unless it helps one of the goals, we don't do it. And so I really appreciate your heart in feeling the same way. So Megan, if you would, why don't you talk a little bit about the projects you've been working on in care?
Yeah, so all of my projects, like you said, have focused on the sustainability goals with the UN. The one that I've spent the most time on was a project working on Varroa, which is a disease that affects pretty much all beekeeping populations and can really affect beekeepers in the North Carolina area, but also globally. And my project used analytics to kind of just look into where this disease was, and going forward could be used in geospatial or mapping data. My large involvement was cleaning the data, organizing the data, and preparing the data, and writing up a data and brief paper on it so it can be used further and we can get a lot of mileage out of it and a lot of insights from it.
Well, that's great. And certainly Varroa is a big problem for honeybees and pollinators in general to a certain degree, but especially the honeybees have been affected. Can you talk a little bit about how this work has maybe prepared you or what you've learned from it as you've gone through this process?
Definitely. So this work is great because not only does it have the sustainability aspect, but we're able to use all of our analytics tools on it. So any tools that we're learning in business analytics or in any of our courses here at App State can also be used for data for good or for sustainability. And CARE provides this kind of unique opportunity to use your data, not just to make money or for business, but for kind of a different purpose and for data for good. And I'm hoping to continue studying sustainability and working in this field. And this gave me a great opportunity to learn how to use our analytics tools to push those causes that we're passionate about and that are really meaningful to us, and how to use data for science alongside using data for business.
So during some of your time at CARE, you've gotten to know Dick Rogers, who is director of the Bayer Bee Care Center and other things now at Bayer as they've moved on. And he's kind of mentored you and some of the other students and taken you out to the bee yard. Is there anything you'd like to say to Bayer for sponsoring some of our bee research, or Dick for being so generous with his time in working with you guys?
Yes, I would definitely like to thank Bear for providing this data and sponsoring some of our projects. And also Dick himself took us out to the bee yards, which normally we're just kind of technical people. So getting out to actually see the bees was huge. I know just from analytics courses, a lot of times we're really removed from what our data actually means. And getting to go actually see the bee yards, which is an opportunity you get through CARE, was awesome because we got to really get involved and get our hands dirty and see what those numbers really mean and what beekeepers are really facing. And that really helped me understand why this data was so important, and to a larger degree, why this work was so important as a whole. So Bear really made that possible for us.
Well, we're really certainly grateful to them for their support of our students and faculty to work on real projects, and also the expertise that they help with that domain knowledge. So Megan, I understand that as you this week are finishing up your master's degree, you have a great opportunity in front of you. Would you go ahead and tell everybody what that opportunity is?
Yes, I just received a research fellowship with the ORISE program to work on a joint project between the EPA and the Department of Energy for an environmental justice grant. So I'm very excited to start this next chapter.
And I'm very excited for you, Megan, as well. Could you talk just briefly, do you feel like your work here on Real Data and CARE has helped you both get the job and be prepared for it when that starts?
Absolutely. I talked specifically about my work in CARE. Some of my work in CARE over the summer was looking at data that one of our beekeepers pulled from different sensors and the use of apps data from different beekeepers and kind of synthesizing all of that. And my future role is actually going to be using app data and sensor data to track air pollution. So really my work at CARE really prepared me for exactly what I'm going to be doing in my role. And now we get data from so many different sources that the work in CARE with preparation from sensors, field data, apps, citizen scientists, learning how to synthesize all that data and code the different aspects of all that data is really important, and was something I highlighted in a lot of interviews, and this one, it just fit perfectly.
That's great, Megan. Is there anything you want to say to either students that would think about working on a real project in CARE, or potential donors or others that may sponsor projects for students like yourself?
Yes, so I would definitely encourage sponsors who are looking to donate somewhere where sustainability is the focus and students are learning technical skills to really solve these problems in a real world way, that we really have a center that's doing that. And this is a great place to consider donating for those kinds of causes. And I would tell students, if you're looking for a real-time research experience, this is a really great opportunity. It's really hard to come by in grad school, a project where you can be involved through the entire life cycle of the data process and start with just raw, messy data and come out with a final product. And that's such an important experience for aspiring data scientists or data analysts. And if you have any interest in sustainability, then CARE is the place to be.
So very good. That is our focus, is to make the world a better place with data. And Megan, we are so grateful for the time and effort you have spent. You've attended conferences, you've done presentations, hopefully we'll have a paper coming out very soon and other things about your work here. And so hopefully that will speed you on your way. And again, thank you for your time and service. And please keep us updated as you go on to do great things. Drop us a line now and then and just let us know what you're up to, please.
Thank you for all the opportunities. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Megan. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.